And those 2 goals gave the Washington Capitals a much-needed. Dino Ciccarelli opens the scoring, 1:24 to the first period as he beats Sean Burke with this wraparound. The Caps are up 1-0. The Capitals would take an early 2-0 lead as just 24 seconds later, Ciccarelli takes a pass from Mike Ridley, and he will beat Burke from the right face-off circle. The Caps right face-off circle. The Caps are up by a score of 2-0. Tied 2-2, 8 minutes into the second period. Dale Hunter comes down the left wing, and he puts the Capitals back in front 3-2, just 10 seconds after the Devils had tied the score. John Druce put the Caps back up by 2 as he knocks in a Dino Ciccarelli pass in front on the power play, the Caps' only extra man goal of the hockey game. And with a score tied 4-4 in overtime, Kevin Hatcher intercepts a Burke clearing pass and puts a shot on goal that Dino Ciccarelli rams home for the game winner. The Capitals win Game 1. And the Caps attempt to go up by 2 games here at the Meadowlands tonight.
First injured, any hit the right way was gonna cause a lot of pain, and after the hit, and I was sitting on the bench for a while, and it started stiffening up, and it was quite sore, and so at that point it looked to me as if I was shot back 2 weeks in time, and I was looking at another week or so, but it's really come around, last night and today, and so hopefully we're looking at Monday now.
Now, you did skate in the pregame warm-up, so hopefully you would be back in Washington in Game 3.
Yeah, I just want to, keep my legs and everything. Right now, skating aggravates it a bit, and it's a little sore. But as far as the game part, it's any physical contact, and it's pretty tough to play, especially in a playoff game, without taking some shots.
Let's look at the positives, and your help on Monday when you were healthy gave the Capitals that early lead, feeding the guy, number 22, Dino Ciccarelli, a big key to this hockey club.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to get scoring. Dino's a big player in our team, and every team has a couple guys like that, and they have to put the puck in the net. And playoff hockey, you need everybody doing little things, and sometimes it's guys like John Druce coming up with a goal there, and little things like that, and they all add up over time. And we're just going to have to fight through any adversity in terms of injuries or somebody not scoring. We can't depend on Dino every night, but that's what it takes to win in the playoffs.
Well, get healthy, and this time stay in the lineup.
Mike Liut gets the start once again in goal for the Washington Capitals. He had the victory in Game 1, appearing in 66 minutes with 4 goals against, a 3.64 average. And Don Beaupre once again will serve as the backup for the Washington Capitals in goal. For the New Jersey Devils, a change. It'll be Chris Terreri tonight. 15 wins, 12 losses, 3 ties during the regular season. In 35 regular season appearances, he gave up 110 goals and has a 3.42 average. Tonight is his first playoff appearance. Terreri had no shutouts during the regular campaign, and tonight, Sean Burke will be the backup.
And Mike, to start this game, Terry Murray has got John Tucker, Bob Joyce, and Alan May out there, and it looks like a kind of an interesting change right off the bat. John Morris taking the place of Patrick Sundstrom between Shanahan and McLean.
The Devils get the opening draw. Here we go with Game 2. Out to center ice is Morris. He's across the blue line now into the Washington zone, but Tucker breaks it up and clears it back to center. Randy Velishek, who threw that hit on Mike Ridley that has knocked him out of the lineup, throws it back inside the Washington zone, and Bob Rouse is in to tie him up. Now here's Scott Stevens. Plays it ahead on the right wing for Alan May. May ahead to center. In across the line, back into the Devils zone. The puck touched in the corner. It's icing. Now Danico drops the gloves right away and hangs on. He's got a hand in the face of one of the Capital players. Now we've got some pushing and shoving with Hatcher and Alan May in there battling with the Devils' Brendan Shanahan. But Danico came out of the corner, I should say, after the icing call, and right back at Bob Joyce. As Joyce went in for the icing call, didn't get there first. Danico did. The whistle blew, and then after the bump, Danico was all over Bob Joyce.
Well, I'd say this answers your question. Really the first serious contact of the game in the corners, and it results in a parade to the penalty box.
Answered it pretty early, too. This game just 33 seconds old, and we've already got penalty calls coming. But it's going to be Brendan Shanahan, Kevin Hatcher, Bob Joyce, and Ken Danico all off the ice. And I would imagine minor penalties for roughing. We'll see how referee Kerry Fraser calls it.
Well, Hatcher literally had just stepped on the ice on a defensive line change. Half of it completed. Rouse going to the bench. Hatcher coming on. He quickly got into it with Shanahan. Here come the calls.
Bob Joyce, 2 minutes roughing. And number 4, Kevin Hatcher, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. For the Devils, number 3, Ken Danico receives 2 minutes roughing. And number 11, Brendan Shanahan, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of all penalties, 33 seconds.
No power plays come out of it. Full complement of players on the ice for both teams. And a face-off back in the Washington zone to the right of Mike Liu. Players appeared to come in too early off the face-off, but no whistle, and now it's cleared in behind the goal. Langway sends it up the boards, and here's Kelly Miller to the blue line, but not out. Kept in by Fetisov to Maley. He tried to find Conacher in front, but Langway flips it over to the boards for Dino Ciccarelli. Ciccarelli checked in the corner. Here's Sheehy behind the net. Over now to Langway. And Langway skates to the blue line, flips the pass ahead for Pavanka. Pavanka into Ciccarelli. He's hit. Shot by Langway. Kick save made by Terreri. Up the boards again. Rod Langway keeps it in with a drive that hit Fetisov in front. And before Ciccarelli can get the puck loose for a shot, it's played to the corner. Here's Michael Pavanka for Washington to the side of the Devil net. And Terreri scrambles out to his left and covers it to stop play.
Well, right off the bat, Chris Terreri has done better in this game than Sean Burke did at the start. The first capital shot from Langway was stopped by Terreri. The first 2 capital shots in the last game were off the stick of that man, Dino Ciccarelli, and both of them went in for goals. Terry Murray getting that line out there with Pavanka now moving to center in the absence of Mike Ridley. Miller and Ciccarelli working the wings, and it was that defensive pairing of Fetisov and Kasatonov was on the ice for the first capital goal the other night. That Dino Ciccarelli got in deep, outfought Fetisov for that wraparound to start the scoring for Washington.
From the face-off, the puck goes back to the point for Bob Rouse. Here's Rouse over to Courtnall. A scramble in front of the net. Steve Leach has been knocked down on the play. He's being held by Weinrich. And there's going to be a penalty here against the Devils.
Well, this is going to be on Driver against Dale Hunter. Hunter had already lost his glove and got tangled up and knocked down by Driver. An early capital power play.
This is a new Passat, Volkswagen's first ever mid-size family sedan. It has air conditioning, tilt steering, and more passenger room than any Volvo. 4-wheel disc brakes, and a more powerful engine than a Honda Accord. All standard, and all for only $14,770. And this is a family of 5 who are about to enjoy the driving experience we call Farfignugan.
Test drive the all-new Passat, now available at your local Volkswagen dealer.
That scramble was in the slot. Driver gets called for holding. 1:28 the time of the call. First Circuit City Power Play contest. Contestant number 1, Charlie Butts of Fairfax, Virginia. Now, Charlie has chosen Scott Stevens as the Capitals player to score. Charlie, if Scott scores for you, you receive a video or stereo unit courtesy of Circuit City.
Scott Stevens is on the ice. He's paired up with Calle Johansson. Up front, it's Hunter with Courtnall and Ciccarelli. Jeff Courtnall over to Dale Hunter. Off Hunter's stick, it goes back to the New Jersey line, and it's cleared by Kasatonov, now into the Washington zone. Scott Stevens back into his own end. Clears to the blue line. Kept in by Doug Brown. Now over to Courtnall. Courtnall stick handles to center ice on the Washington power play. Throws it back inside the New Jersey zone. And it's cleared by Terreri into the players' bench. And out of play. Dino Ciccarelli wants to know why that isn't a penalty for delaying the game. But Terreri is allowed to clear it as far up ice as the players' bench. There is a photographer's box right next to the Devil bench that makes that bench area come up a little earlier than it does in most rinks. But Ciccarelli, of course, referring to the rule that a goaltender cannot shoot the puck over the glass out of play. Now, had this one gone over the glass, over the bench, I think then Fraser would have called a penalty.
Terreri pretty good with his stick. Probably not as good as that man, Sean Burke, although Burke really got burned with his clearing pass that led to the overtime goal by Ciccarelli. Hatcher was able to pick off the Burke clearing pass, send it on net, where Burke had to make a good save on it, but Ciccarelli was there for that rebound. Now Hunter comes back out with Ciccarelli and Courtnall. Stevens and Johansson remain at the points.
If you're just joining us, no score in the game. Washington on the power play. Here's Stevens from the point, a slap shot that's blocked and taken now by Courtnall in the corner. Jeff Courtnall throws it behind the goal, poked out front. Here comes Stastny to center. He leads it to Patrick Sundstrom. Sundstrom across the line. Johansson takes it now for Washington. Calle Johansson, left wing side for Jeff Courtnall into Ciccarelli. He was offside on the play. Linesman Brad Lazarowicz making the call. That'll bring the face-off out to neutral ice.
Well, that just missed. Dino Ciccarelli was trying to straddle that line. Got his skates just over it. He had Hunter steaming down on that right wing side with one defenseman back. Could have been a great opportunity for the Capitals. They've got 59 seconds left to go, though. John Drews comes out now with Pavanka and Tucker to work the forward line for Terry Murray. The Capitals, Mike, have scored 4 power play goals over the last 6 games, 2 of them off the stick of John Drews. Drews getting the power play goal the other night in Game 1. And it was an area where the Capitals really struggled, still on the power play despite getting a goal. I think the New Jersey Devils certainly had the edge in specialty teams play as they got not only a power play goal but a key shorthanded talent.
Still 50 seconds to go in the Washington power play. Tucker with it behind the net tries to center in front. And now Kasatonov clears it all the way down the ice. Scott Stevens behind the goal. Starts out right side to Michael Pavanka. Here's Pavanka across the blue line. Kasatonov knocks it into the corner. Played there by Drews of Washington. He's hit by Velishek. Up to the point man, Scott Stevens. He keeps it in. Stevens with the puck, winds, fires, and a save by Terreri, and he handles the rebound. Terreri with a little juggling act there, but managed to find the puck, and he keeps this game scoreless.
Well, again, the Capitals putting a good shot on him, but it's a long-distance shot that Terreri can see all the way. And it just pops up in the air, and he's able to cover it up pretty cleanly. 18 seconds left to go. Now, one of the top penalty killers on the Devils, Doug Brown coming out. Brown, 3 shorthanded goals on the season and 7 in his career, although now he does head back to the bench, and Kasatonov and Batistov remain out there. They've had plenty of ice time already in this game. Sundstrom and Kirk Muller are the penalty-killing forwards. That top unit for Terry Murray coming back out, and also talk about a guy playing a lot of ice time early, Scott Stevens. He remains out there. Kevin Hatcher finally sprung from the penalty box, so he'll take over Calle Johansson's spot, but Stevens remains, now working that right point.
Bruce Driver's the only player left in the penalty box. He's in there for the Devils for another 18 seconds. Here comes Hatcher from the faceoff. Over now to Stevens, a slap shot on the deflection, and Kasatonov is able to clear it. It goes over the glass into the seats.
Well, and Dale Hunter right there ready to dig for that rebound, but he was upended. Nice job done by the Devils to make sure Hunter cannot plant his feet and get himself set to swat at that rebound. Caps worked it around pretty nicely to get that open shot. They've been getting that from the point on this power play.
Terreri finished up his last 9 regular season games with a fine record, 7 wins, 1 loss, and a tie. Stevens a blast. That's blocked. Now Hatcher tries to work in front. He's checked by Danico. Ciccarelli trying to get it to Hunter. Ciccarelli loses it onto the back of the netting, and there'll be a penalty call coming here now from Kerry Fraser. Kevin Hatcher is arguing this call. It looks like it's against Washington, and the Devils will have the power play as Hatcher goes off the ice for holding. And now a Devil penalty as well to Danico.
At Meineke, your bill won't go up just because your car does. Instead, when you come to Meineke, you get a free undercar inspection. We'll check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. If there's no problem, we tell you and send you on your way. If there is a problem, we'll explain it, answer all your questions, and give you the price before any work begins. So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
Well, Hatcher gets called for slashing. Danico for holding, 3:30 the time of the penalty. You see Hatcher coming in and stopping that puck, knocking it down. He objects to being held right there by Danico and tries to slash his way free, giving him that whack to the back of the legs and the side. Both of them go off now as the penalty expires to Bruce Driver.
Both teams at full strength on the ice. No power play for either side. And here's Liut clearing it up the boards. Bruce Driver keeps it in, and Liut handles it right in the midsection. Now Alan May jams up with Driver. The puck kept in by Stastny. He goes to the corner, and now Muller has it stolen by Sheehy, but it's pushed back into the corner by Sundstrom. Langway up the boards for Rob Murray. Murray chases it behind the net. Now to Sheehy, to Murray, to the blue line, but not out. And kept in by Stastny. Over to Sundstrom. And here's Muller with a shot. Liut the save, a rebound left in front. And Sundstrom goes and picks it up. The Devils keep the pressure on. Sheehy chasing Sundstrom to the blue line. And now here's Langway to send it ahead on the right wing. And Alan May dumps it back into the New Jersey zone. No score. We're early in the first period. Weinrich throws it back into the Washington zone, and Scott Stevens is there. Over to Rouse, ahead now to Courtnall. Right side pass, Dale Hunter to Courtnall at the blue line. Walks in with Leach and has it poke check free by Fetisov, but the play had already been called offside back at the New Jersey blue line.
Claude Vilgrain in the lineup. Big tough guy Troy Crowder out for New Jersey. Vilgrain with some terrific speed, and see how the Devils are approaching this early in the contest, Mike. Most occasions sending two men deep, and those point men really pinching in to try and keep that pressure. They get the two men in deep, trying to force the Capital defenseman just to blindly throw the puck up the boards, and that's where those Devil point men are really pinching in to keep that pressure on, and even strength so far. The New Jersey Devils have been excellent, really getting the Capitals to run around a bit.
Here's Rouse from out at center ice, and he tosses it back into the Devil zone. Kasatonov goes to the corner. Leads it ahead to center. Steve Leach gets it there and clears it onto the boards. Now Fetisov for New Jersey, right into the skates of Leach. Steve Leach loses his stick as he goes across the line. The Devils come back on the attack. Slap shot wide into the corner. Chasing it is Conacher, but Bob Rouse comes up with a puck for Washington. Brings it ahead to Courtnall. Here comes Courtnall to center ice. Takes the slap shot, carries it in. Drop pass for Stevens. Stevens' shot is blocked. He holds up his man, and that allows some time for Calle Johansson to come back and recover. Over to Dale Hunter. Hunter clears it back inside the Devils' end of the rink. Fetisov back to get it. Capitals changing up the line on the fly. Some forechecking by Courtnall. Loses his stick as Fetisov works to center. Now Pavanka steals. Michael Pavanka chasing Fetisov. The pass led ahead. Shanahan's in. He's onside, and he fires, but the save is made by Liut. Rod Langway clears it out of the zone to center ice. Pavanka held up by Velishek. The Devils' Bruce Driver up to Brendan Shanahan. Shanahan across the line. John Morris over in the corner. Morris centering. They score! Brendan Shanahan from John Morris, and the Devils take a 1-0 lead.
Well, here's why John Morris has been moved up to this line with Shanahan and McLean. Tremendous move he makes. He comes walking out of the corner, gets away from his check, Johansson, and once Johansson gets caught in no man's land, he goes out to try and play it, then tries to drop back down on Shanahan, and Liut is beaten. Terrific play, though, by John Morris. You see Shanahan rotates back behind the play as Johansson goes out following Morris, and when Morris eludes him, he's just caught. He's got nowhere to go. He can't go back out to him. Too late to go back to Shanahan. And big Brendan Shanahan uses that reach to go far side and put the New Jersey Devils on top 1-0.
Brendan Shanahan scored 30 goals during the regular season. There's his first of the playoffs. Morris and Driver assisting at 6:21 of period one.
Shanahan is first for Morris and Driver at 6:21.
Capitals scored the first 2 goals of game 1 very early on. Here the Devils get on the board at 6:21 of the first period. Bob Joyce dumps it back inside the Devils zone. The Capitals are offside. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on DC 20.
Wide shot, tight shot, zoom in for the right shot. Big shot, small shot, you get it all shot. You always get your shot when you zoom the Cannon Sure Shot. The Sure Shot Zoom S. Laugh shot, lamp shot, isn't this a snapshot? Hip shot, hot shot, is this easy or what shot? You always get your shot when you zoom the Cannon Sure Shot. The Cannon Sure Shot Zoom S.
Well, to guarantee yourself playoff tickets for all the Capital home games in this year's playoffs, give Cap sales reps a call at 386-7080. They'll tell you how you can put down a deposit on a season ticket or partial plan for next year. That gets you all the home playoff games. If you'd like tickets for games A and B, which come up Monday and Wednesday, give Phone Charge a call at 432-0200.
At the blue line, Jeff Courtnall with the puck, walking in left side, fires, and Terreri makes the save. Some pushing and shoving in there as Steve Leach was run right into the New Jersey net, which has been dislodged. And the linesmen get in there to keep the players apart after Terreri made a pretty good save.
Well, one thing the Capitals have done very well so far, really forcing some turnovers off Fetisov and Kasatonov with poke checks. Courtnall doing it that time, coming up with the save as Terreri. Then Conacher and Leach banging each other, and it looks like Stephen Leach is going to be the only one to head to the penalty box. He objected to be taken into the net by Conacher, but when he retaliated, that gets the call against him from Kerry Fraser.
Number 21, Stephen Leach, 2 minutes for high sticking at 7:05.
Well, that'll give New Jersey their first power play.
Stephen Leach, penalty at 7:05.
The Devils went 1 for 7 in game 1, 14%. They were ranked 15th overall during the regular season among the 21 teams. Capitals killing off 6 of the 7 New Jersey power plays in the first game, doing the job 86% of the time. Washington was ranked 8th out of the 21 teams during the regular season for penalty killing.
Mike, coming into that game, the Devils 9 for the last 22 over 6 games to end the regular season.
Langway bats it down. It comes in behind the goal, steered by Liut. Now grabbed by Kevin Hatcher. And Hatcher clears it the length of the ice. 12.5 minutes to go. First period. Devils in the lead 1-0 on a goal by Brendan Shanahan. Bruce Driver dumps it into the Washington zone. Chased to the corner now by Scott Stevens. To the point. Driver a shot. Kick save Liut. Rebound cleared by Rouse. Now it's sent right in front. Big save by Liut, who was able to stop a shot from right in the slot area. Caps change up quickly. Povanka is on out there now. And this puck cleared way up into the crowd.
That puck bouncing on its edge when Scott Stevens swung at it. What a save, though, by Mike Liut. Probably as dangerous a player as the Devils have in terms of shooting from the slot is John McLean, and he was set up as his puck comes squirting loose. Watch the way it's kicked out by Muller right to McLean. Big save inside of the body from Mike Liut. See Liut track it a little bit. He didn't come out and cut down the angle as much as I know he wanted to, but he did get his body square to the puck pretty quickly, and that was the key in making that save. Remember, he's got to turn and watch that puck being batted to his left. And all of a sudden, when it came squirting out, he's got to get his body square to the shooter, and did a nice job of that.
Here's Kevin Hatcher, checked by Sundstrom. The puck goes back to the point, kept in there. Sundstrom couldn't get his forehand turned around to complete a shot in front of the net. Now Shanahan digs it out of the corner to John Morris, pinned by Langway. And out comes Kevin Hatcher with the puck. 30 seconds left to go in the Steve Leach penalty. Eric Weinrich, who was ejected from game 1 because of a high stick, starts to the blue line. Now to center ice. Inside the Washington zone, goes over to the point man Shanahan. He fires, and through a crowd, Liut is able to see it. And he makes the stop with 11:10 to go in the period and 15 seconds remaining in the Leach minor penalty.
Well, the Devils rotated. Driver dropping down. Shanahan swinging back to cover up on the point. And the Capitals were in a bit of confusion off their line change, and all of their penalty killers were down around the hash marks. Nobody challenging that shot from the point, and Shanahan is able to whistle a drive in for another Liut save. 6 shots on goal for the Devils, 5 to this point for the Capitals. The 1-0 New Jersey lead. 11:10 left in the first period, 15 seconds on the Stephen Leach penalty.
Brendan Shanahan had 72 points during the regular season. 30 goals and 42 assists. Puck cleared back to the blue line. Here's Kasatonov. Bounces it in front of the Washington net. Played away by Rouse. Now cleared by Miller to the point. Fetisov keeps it in, but right to Bob Rouse. He headmans the puck to Rob Murray. Long slap shot right on goal, and the save made by Terreri. Now John Morris out of the corner. Leads a pass ahead to center ice. Fetisov right side. McLean back to Fetisov to Shanahan. And his shot was stopped by Liut. Here's Dino Ciccarelli out of the zone to the center ice line, and McLean steals. Starts back right side. Shanahan fires. Hits the side of the net. Back of the goal. The puck centered. And Ciccarelli eases it off the boards to the blue line, hoping to find Scott Stevens. Now Maley jams up right at the blue line of Washington, and it comes over to Bob Joyce. Scott Stevens again moves out to center. Left side Joyce. He's across the line. Tries to split the defense, but it's played all the way back to the Washington zone. Caps at full strength. Here's Brown at center. Flips it to Conacher, and he dumps it back inside the Washington zone. Hatcher to Langway to Bob Joyce. Up ahead to Dale Hunter. Here comes Hunter to the blue line of New Jersey. Centering pass off Hatcher's skate. Chase to the corner. Hatcher goes in with Maley, and they collide, and now Joyce is over to pick it up. Bob Joyce to Dale Hunter. Into a crowd of Devils. And it's played back to center ice, and Ciccarelli tries to hold up his man and takes out Conacher doing so. Caps dump it in. They want a line change. And here's Velishek to turn and start out. New Jersey begins sending out fresh players too. And here's Bob Brook across the blue line. Into the Washington zone. He's checked, and Johansson tries clearing it. It comes out in front of the net, and a shot by Driver is wide. Here's Courtnall to center. Now to Leach. And off a stick, it goes into the crowd. 8:57 to go in the first period. The Devils have the lead over the Capitals.
I dreamt about this baseball team. They actually caught the ball when the other guys hit it.
It's our game. We love to see it, share it, and talk about it. The new AT&T Universal Card helps make it all possible.
Now, I know that you guys can make this dream a reality for me.
It's Visa or MasterCard and the power of AT&T.
Show them what we can do today.
The AT&T Universal Card. One world, one card.
Well, baseball finally back, and on Monday, the Orioles open the regular season, traveling to Kansas City to take on the Royals, and we'll have it for you on WDCA TV 20 live at 2:30 p.m. Join Jim Palmer and Brooks Robinson as they call all the action right here on WDCA.
8:57 to go in the first period. Devils leading Washington 1-0. Here's a lead pass. Kirk Muller across the blue line to Sundstrom. Patrick Sundstrom plays it in behind the goal. Now picked up by Stastny. Peter Stastny, the former Quebec Nordique, into the corner. Over to Sundstrom, chased by John Druce. And the puck comes right out front. Tim Berglund is there and sends it ahead to John Tucker. Here's Tucker. Flips it across the line, back inside the New Jersey zone. Weinrich. Up the boards to the point. Kept in by Rouse. Now played behind the net by Tucker. Tucker throws it behind the goal, and Weinrich is there to get it. Berglund throws a hit. Out comes Bruce Driver. Driver for New Jersey to Muller on the right wing. Kirk Muller floats a pass in front of the net, but Ciccarelli's there, and he clears it back out to center ice. Both teams start line changes. Here's Muller just inside the blue line, but Swede Knox says offside, New Jersey. You're watching the Stanley Cup playoffs on WDCA TV 20.
that?
It's a meal between two pieces of bread. Go on. One day, man will create a really big sandwich with real roast beef, topped with lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, onions, and mayonnaise on a sesame seed bun for only $1.99.
What they want to do a thing like that for?
I don't know, really.
Well, when's all this supposed to happen?
Round 1990.
Ah, I can't wait that long. You got any Mushu pork?
Roy Rogers Roast Beef Deluxe, just $1.99.
Boy, John Cuniff just had an interesting line combination out there, Mike. He had Sundstrom, Stashny, and Muller, three guys who basically started their careers as center icemen. Muller playing left wing, Stashny in the middle, and Patrick Sundstrom, who's always played center as far as I can remember, out there on that right side, really loading up with some talent. Now he's got the Morris, McLean, and Shanahan group out there.
Here's Kevin Hatcher back in his own zone, sends it ahead to center ice. It's too far for Kelly Miller. Miller back to chase it, bats it up the boards. It gets away from Cicerelli, and Shanahan pokes it out to center ice. You know, Cicerelli across the line, but the puck was not in before he was. The play's offside. Capitals missing Mike Ridley tonight after suffering a recurrence of the rib injury. And in game one, it was Randy Velishek who delivered the hit that has kept Ridley out of the lineup in this contest. Caps have also scratched Scott Kleinendorst while sending Mark Ferner and Bill Holder back to Baltimore in the American Hockey League, where the Skipjacks are underway in an American Hockey League playoff series with the Adirondack Red Wings. Adirondack leads 1-0 in that series after a 2-1 win last night in upstate New York. The Devils missing Sylvain Turgeon with a groin pull. Walt Podubny with a knee injury. The puck cleared here by Berglund up the right wing. He gets in across the blue line, trying to get by Danico. Takes it behind the net. Run off the play, and Hatcher overskates the puck. Here comes Velishek to start out. Danico throws it across the line, back inside Washington territory, and Alan May brings it out. Claude Vilgrain over on the left wing. Rouse stands him up with a check. And here's Calle Johansson back in to get it. 6:35 to play, first period. Devils leading 1-0. Capitals are offside. Mark Johnson, Troy Crowder, Yanni Ojanen, Tommy Albaline, all missing as well from the Jersey lineup, just as extra players that are scratched. Wonder how much of a personal battle is going on in this playoff series between Dale Hunter and Peter Stastny.
Well, they were good friends when they played for Quebec, and tremendous respect for each other. We're out there a little bit against each other in game one, but right now it's a different battle that's going on. There's size now. Maley has been out there most of the time against Hunter. He is a very big physical center. Hunter, of course, certainly a very physical center. And Shanahan, another big, strong, tough customer, has been out there to go up against Dino Cicerelli. So John Cuniff trying to match some size against the good Capitals right there. Particularly Cicerelli, who really killed New Jersey in game one.
Steve Leach into the corner, playing his first game back after a wrist injury suffered during a fight during the final couple of weeks of the season. And here he's close to getting into another one with David Maley, but Maley backs off. I know one thing John Cuniff seemed to be stressing to the Devils was to play a smarter game, trying to avoid taking a lot of unnecessary penalties.
Well, they felt, and you'll always get two sides to the story, but they felt that they were goaded into some penalties by the Capitals, particularly guys like Sheehy and Cicerelli, and that they retaliated and got themselves into trouble, that they need to play smarter. The tickets for playoff games A and B on sale right now. Games are Monday and Wednesday at 7:35 p.m. You can pick them up at all Hex. Ticket center outlets or phone charge operators are on duty till 10 p.m. tonight. Give them a call at 432-0200 and at 386-7080. Cap sales reps are standing by to talk to you about guaranteeing yourself playoff tickets for the entire home playoff series at the Capitol Center. As long as the Capitals go, you do that, you put down a deposit on a season ticket or partial plan for next year. That's 386-7080 for Cap sales reps and phone charge 432-0200.
At the blue line, here's Bruce Driver, a shot. Liuk kicks it up into the crowd. Could that have been what you were talking about with Maley backing away a bit from Leach there and not encouraging him to come on a little more?
He certainly made his point. Gave Steve Leach a couple pops, a couple shots in that corner. Come on, you've established what you want to do. Making the Capitals pay the price for working in the corner, but then don't get tossed off.
Here it's Maley and Hunter. The draw comes back to Driver. Driver fires, and a pad save by Liut. Played up the boards. Leach back to Stevens. And Scott Stevens out of the zone to center ice. Driver puts it right back in Washington territory. In the corner, Pat Conacher. Checked by Jeff Courtnall. Conacher trying to get free, has lost his helmet. Takes a swing at Courtnall with his stick. Now the puck comes in behind the goal, and here's Doug Brown. He tries to center it, but it's held against the back of the netting, and now Dale Hunter knocking down the Devils' Peter Stastny right in front of the goal, and it looks like Hunter will take a penalty out of that. Time of the call, 14:38. Hunter off the ice for cross-checking.
Hey, has anybody seen the middleman?
Not here.
No middleman here. Not here. He's definitely not here.
I think I saw him at a department store. Hey, has anybody seen a middleman?
You'll never find the middleman in Kuppenheimer because we make all our own suits and pass the savings on to you.
Middleman, I think he played for Miami.
You got to be kidding.
Kuppenheimer, America's #1 value clothier for men.
Right now, the Devils certainly winning the battle along the boards behind the net. Peter Stastny stuck in behind Dale Hunter, looking for a centering pass, was cross-checked to the ice for that call at 14:38.
Centering pass, a backhand shot. Great save by Liut. A marvelous glove save by Mike Liut on a play that had goal written all over it.
Well, Kirk Muller had an opportunity to shoot quickly right here, but he tries to make a move, and it looks like he's got Liut beaten. Looked like he did make the right move, and that unbelievable quickness of Mike Liut. Just a spectacular save. That is as good a save as you'll ever see in the playoffs. That is unbelievable. Wide open net. Muller had it. Perfect move. Got Liut to open up, but there is that glove hand, and the experience of Mike Liut paying off. He didn't panic, didn't overdo anything. He just waited right there, and once he opened up, he still was in position to make the save.
Fetisov over to Stastny now from the faceoff. Still 1:45 left to go in the Devils' power play. Here's a pass out, a shot by McLean, they score! New Jersey pulls ahead 2-0 on a power play goal.
Well, this is beautifully done. Watch McLean separate himself from the man and go up almost in that point area for that slap shot. Now, it's a difficult play. Kelly Miller sees Kasatonov come down from that right point. Now, Kasatonov is down there, so he's got to go out and try and cover down low, but McLean recognizes he's got a man down, goes out to that open territory, and gets a perfect centering pass and bangs home that goal. Very nice movement by the New Jersey Devils, forcing the Capital penalty killers to get out of their box and get themselves out of position. You want to find that open man, and that open man has got to find the open territory. The Devils did exactly that, and another great pass from the dangerous Peter Stastny.
Second of the playoffs for John McLean. Stastny gets the assist, as well as Fetisov at 14:58. Here's a shot on goal. Terreri the save, and Miller reaches for the rebound. Back to the point. Bob Rouse a drive. That's kicked out. Now we've got a penalty call coming up against New Jersey. And there's going to be interference called from in front of the net. Dino Ciccarelli is arguing that he's been injured on that play in front of the net, but there'll be a minor call here for interference against Randy Velishek. That'll set up Washington with a power play opportunity.
Ciccarelli still complaining to Kerry Fraser. Now Kelly Miller takes up the battle. John Cunha very patiently watching this as his team has come out in strong fashion. But the Caps with an opportunity to slice into this 2-0 lead, get a little momentum going their way to take into the locker room. The Devils have played a terrific first period, and their specialty teams right now really being a factor in the series and a big factor in this game so far.
Some heated words coming from a native of Sarnia, Ontario, to another Sarnia boy, Kerry Fraser. They aren't talking over hometown times. Cicerelli looks as though he has
certainly got a cut on the bridge of the nose.
Cicerelli now discussing the location of the faceoff with linesman Brad Lazarowicz, and Fraser's not going to hear any of that. But you can see that Dino has been cut across the bridge of the nose. That would have gotten a penalty the other night, wouldn't it? Here comes Brown across the right wing trying to center it. And Scott Stevens tries to dig it out of the corner. Stevens comes back for Washington on the power play attempt. Ahead into the corner. Courtnall back to try and work it away from Terreri. Terreri clears back to the point. It caroms off the boards past Kevin Hatcher. Liut way out of the goal and slides it back for Scott Stevens. Stevens a good move to avoid Doug Brown, who lost his stick. Here's Courtnall in across the blue line. Kasatonov back to play it. Up the boards. Kept in by Johansson. Courtnall digs it free. And again, the Devils clear at the length of the ice. Kevin Hatcher back for it. 3:30 to play, first period. Devils leading 2-0. 53 seconds left on the Washington power play. Here's Dino Cicerelli, a slap shot. Pad save made by Terreri. Now Tucker in behind the goal to the corner. Pokes it back to the point. Stevens to Johansson. He winds, fires, and a save knocked down in front by the defense. Danico blocked that one, and the puck cleared the length of the ice again. Calle Johansson chased by Sundstrom, and Scott Stevens is in to get it. 20 seconds left in the penalty. Here comes Pivonka. Into the corner on the power play. Throws it behind the net. He's hit by Danico. Hatcher in to try and check Sundstrom, but Sundstrom clears at the length of the ice. Now Scott Stevens ties up with Doug Brown behind the goal. Penalty about to expire. Here comes Kevin Hatcher back for Washington. Belichick's out of the box. The Devils are at full strength. Hatcher into the corner. Takes it to the side of the goal. Now tries to center. Belichick runs Hatcher into the back glass. There's going to be a penalty call coming against Belichick for elbowing. A delayed call. Liut has not come out of the net yet. Here's a shot on goal, and Terreri makes the save. And now the penalty is called by Fraser. It's going to be high sticking, they are saying now. And it was Belichick who took a run at Kevin Hatcher, but in retaliation, Kevin Hatcher takes the penalty for high sticking. Now Belichick comes in up high here on Hatcher. But Hatcher gets another retaliation call. And that is his second of this game that Hatcher has taken for going back at another player.
High sticking at 17:42. That's 2 high sticking. The number 4 of the Capitals, Kevin Hatcher.
Time of the call, 17:42. High sticking to Kevin Hatcher.
The Capital penalty killers right now, penalty killing forwards, Miller and Murray discussing some things. And we said on that last New Jersey power play that they scored on with the McLean shot, it certainly was a situation where they got the Capital penalty killing forwards a bit confused because of that movement with Kasatonov dropping down, McLean then coming back, not completely covering into a point situation. The Caps have to be a lot more disciplined here on this penalty kill. If the Devils score on this penalty, well, it's a major, major control of the game for New Jersey, 3-0.
Rob Murray throws a hit on Bruce Driver to send him flying, and now Muller is lined up by Rouse. The Devils bring it out. Up to center ice, here's Weinrich dumping it back inside the Washington zone. Rob Murray tries to clear. Stastny checks him. Now Stevens in. Murray is spilled by Stastny. The puck goes back to the point. Bruce Driver walking it in. Now a centering pass by McLean goes into the net for a goal. The Capitals, shorthanded already without Hatcher, were shorthanded further because of Stastny taking out Rob Murray.
Yeah, I tell you, this is unbelievable that wasn't called. Stastny takes him out and pins him down to the ice. To the right of your screen, Rob Murray's just getting back up, and you can see the problems that causes. But still, you got to give a lot of credit to the Devils for not only banging in front, but a great centering pass from the goal, from behind the goal. Well, right there, you see Stastny's finally letting Murray get up into the play. But here comes John McLean. Looks like that first centering pass is stopped, but he gets it back, backhand in front to where Muller is able to deflect it. The Capitals had to do a better job of clearing out in front. But the strength of Kirk Muller coming through right there. But that should have been a penalty called on Peter Stastny. It's one thing if you take the guy out of the play, but when you've got your arms wrapped around him and he's pinned down to the ice, that allowed Bruce Driver to come walking in from that point and start that entire play.
They give McLean the goal. Driver and Muller with the assists at 18:26. That's the second goal of this game for McLean and his third of the playoffs.
Remember in game one, Mike, Capitals opened up the 2-0 lead, and it was the Devils that got that third goal. And that seemed to make a big difference in the way the contest was played. Now New Jersey's specialty teams, with 3 power play goals in 2 games, 2 tonight, this 3-0 lead, they are dominating the Capitals right now.
Here's Velishek to play it up the boards for Doug Brown. He's hit by Johansson. Now Miller keeps it in. Fed out to Cicerelli, walks it in front. Kelly Miller charging down the goal mouth, but Maley takes him out with the help of Conacher. We're in the final minute of play in the period. Hatcher's slap shot is blocked by Conacher. Back comes Doug Brown for New Jersey. Brown across the blue line. Throws it wide of the Capitals' net. And it's taken there by Calle Johansson. Left side for Michael Pavanka. Up to center ice. Throws it into the corner, and Velishek back to clear up the boards for Shanahan. Now to John Morris. Play is stopped. Terry Fraser blew the whistle. I think Fraser's ruling a hand pass. And the faceoff will take place in the New Jersey zone.
Well, these two are going to be at each other's throats all playoff series. It started early in last night's game. Danico and Cicerelli continue to battle. And again, you see, it makes no difference how big the guy is when it comes to who Dino Cicerelli goes against. He goes against guys who have about 5 or 6 inches in height on him, 30, 40 pounds on him. Doesn't make any difference.
Here's Bob Rouse at the point. A slap shot. Kick save made by Terreri. Down to 30 seconds to go in the period. Here's Brendan Shanahan. Clearing it up the boards out to center ice. Grabbed there by Rouse. Leach hit at the blue line by Kasatonov. The Devils come back. Shanahan to McLean. He's across the line. Back to Kasatonov. He fires a wrist shot. Lius the save. And now Leach over on the right wing. Fetisov battling at the point. Takes a swing at Hunter. Shanahan steps in. Dale Hunter really wants to get at Fetisov as Fetisov took a swing with his glove at Dale Hunter. Now McLean's got a hold of Hunter. Courtnall comes in to grab Fetisov. And we've got Scott Stevens and Brendan Shanahan about to square off as well. Away from the main pack. And they get a warning from Kerry Fraser. Still involved. Dale Hunter and John McLean. Now Steve Leach starts to push and shove with Kasatonov. Bob Rouse has something to say about that. He comes in to challenge Kasatonov. Fetisov grabs Leach once again. Time has run out in the period. Shanahan is following the referee now to ask about penalty times as Fraser stands by to watch McLean and Hunter get separated. Stevens taking another push in there, as well as Courtnall at McLean and Shanahan. The Devils Devils outshoot the Capitals 13-10 during the first period and use a pair of power play goals by John McLean and an initial goal-scoring play early in the period by Brendan Shanahan to take a 3-0 lead over the Washington Capitals after 20 minutes. And now Shanahan and Stevens start to push and shove. And the linesmen get between them. Fraser is ordering the players off the ice. And the Capitals have been separated from the Devils. Bob Rouse pointing an angry finger at referee Kerry Fraser.
Well, Fetisov has had a reputation as being a guy who uses his stick quite a bit. He had that in international competition, and I know a lot of people were looking for it here when he came to the National Hockey League. Had a few occasions early in the season when he had battles, and also had a big run-in with the Toronto Maple Leafs and Wendell Clark.
That's the end of the first period of tonight's game. We'll be back with more from the Meadowlands after these messages here on WDCA TV 20.